Hi, hello, how are you? Welcome. Let's learn about carbon credits today. And one thing that I want us to learn about carbon credits is a simple, like a carbon credits 101. What is a carbon credit and how do they work? First of all, a carbon credit is a certificate that gives the owner the right to emit 1 metric ton of carbon dioxide or any other greenhouse gas that they pollute or they generate. So, in basic, simple terms, this is a permission slip for um, the emitters to keep generating. Okay, and how do they work? They work. These carbon credits work like this. First, we need to understand who an emitter is. So an emitter is the company, is the factory that generates the greenhouse gases. Okay, so these factories that generate or emit the greenhouse gases, these are the emitters. Sawa sawa. Emitters are not just based in the developed countries, they could also be here in the developing countries or basically anywhere else. Okay, you could actually be an emitter of greenhouse gases, so don't just talk about the developed countries. All right, okay, good. So now that we are up to there, we have understood who an emitter is. So an emitter generates the greenhouse gases. So who now cleans up is this project. The project comes up and they want to, and they are actually doing conservation projects. They are doing either reforestation project, sustainable agriculture projects like rotational grazing and the rest. So this is the project that is actually doing the clean up of the carbon from the atmosphere. So what they do is either they reduce or they remove the carbon from the atmosphere. That is the logic about it. If they are able to remove, they are actually able to show that they remove or they have reduced the carbon from the atmosphere, then that is a project that they are able to get into the trade. Now let's talk about the trade. What is the trade? Now the trade is where now we come in and actually talk of this is an emitter that and this is an emitter and this is a project. So for every ton that the emitter for every ton of carbon reduced, for every ton of the carbon reduced, then their emitter has to offset, they have to buy. Okay, and the project earns the credit. So the emitter buys and the project, they are able to sell. So what is the purpose of this? The purpose is so that there is a cost implication to the emitter who generates the greenhouse gas to the atmosphere. Then the reward, the financial reward, goes to the project who remove or who reduce the carbon from the atmosphere. That is Carbon Credits 101. Thank you.